You know what's smart? Enjoying a fresh gourmet meal at home that you didn't have to cook. Meet Factor, your loophole in the laws of mealtime. Chef-crafted meals delivered with a tap, ready in just 2 minutes. You know what's even smarter? Treating yourself without cheating your goals. Factor is dietitian approved, chef prepared, and you plated. Pretty smart, huh? Refresh your routine and eat smart with Factor. Learn more at factormeals.com.
This is Optimal Work Daily. 4 Reasons Everyone Should Have a Side Hustle by Nick Loper of SideHustleNation.com. I believe everyone needs a side hustle. Something you do outside your job to keep life interesting, keep your mind sharp, and maybe even earn some extra income. My first side hustle. After college, I moved across the country and initially didn't know very many people in my new city. To keep myself busy, I decided I could put those after-work hours to use by trying to build an online business. It took quite a bit of work because I didn't know what I was doing, but eventually my little project grew into a fun and profitable little operation. Within the first year, I was able to cover the full amount of my rent just with proceeds from the business. All virtual and all in my spare time. I was ecstatic. Why side hustle? There are a ton of distinct benefits to using your non-work hours more productively. This is your chance to get excited and make something happen. Exercise your brain and explore your passions. It's science. Filling your days with meaningful activities is the path to long-term happiness. 1. Build skills. A small side project is the perfect place to learn and master new skills because you have little risk of failure. For instance, your workplace may value technical skills when considering who to promote, but you may not always have the opportunity to hone and improve those skills on the job. Building a skill set outside of work proves your initiative to your boss, and those skills are also portable, meaning you can take them with you to your next job or use them on your side hustle. Some of the skills I've learned outside of my jobs include contract negotiation, pay-per-click marketing management and strategy, search engine optimization, email marketing, WordPress, social media, managing remote employees, online videos, and more. In a large company, you may not get the chance to exercise your mind and learn new skills, which is why it's so crucial to continue your education away from the office. In a side hustle, you'll get to learn and experiment with new concepts and strategies in real time, and that real-life application can be extremely valuable. Quote, "Anyone who keeps learning stays young." Henry Ford. 2. Build security. Pam Slim, the author of Escape from Cubicle Nation, calls your side hustle career insurance, and she's 100% right. If you rely solely on one source of income, you're pretty much screwed when that source of income stops. That's why so many people were hurt so badly during this recent recession, and why there's been such an increased interest in micro businesses and entrepreneurship. Your boss doesn't give a shit about you. Well, he might, but to his boss's boss, you're probably fully expendable and replaceable, just a cog in a system. You are not some indispensable linchpin. You're a cost center. In today's world, there's no such thing as job security. In investing, we're told to maintain a diversified portfolio. Why? Because having all your eggs in one basket is inherently risky. And the same is true with our income. It's dangerous to rely on one company or one paycheck, no matter how lucrative it may be at the moment. And even if your side hustle makes very little or no money, who do you think is more attractive on the job market? The person who spent their spare time watching TV, or the person who spent their spare time learning and applying new skills in the real world? Quote, "Do not stop thinking of life as an adventure. You have no security unless you can live bravely, excitingly, imaginatively, unless you can choose a challenge instead of competence." Eleanor Roosevelt. 3. Build income. The chance to supplement their income is what draws most people to side hustling, and that's fine. But know that this is no get-rich-quick scheme. The secret to earning an income from your side hustle is to create real value for customers, and real value usually takes real work. This site will explore some of the amazing financial success stories that people just like you have had with their side businesses. All around the world, entrepreneurs are being born and lives are being transformed. The income I'm talking about is not instant millionaire stock options IPO kind of money, but rather a realistic and attainable profit that can fund the founder's lifestyle on their own terms. 4. Build freedom. Ultimately, side hustles are about freedom. If you can earn a living on the side from what you do for a living, you're suddenly no longer tied to the job you hate. And even if you like your job, odds are it takes up a lot of your time. Do you like it enough that there's literally nothing you'd rather be doing all day? If your side hustle is virtual, you're suddenly no longer tied to the city where you live. You can work from anywhere. And even if you like where you live, wouldn't it be nice to at least have the opportunity to go elsewhere? Yes, the pursuit of this sweet, sweet freedom is what this site is all about. So who's with me? You just listened to the post titled 4 Reasons Everyone Should Have a Side Hustle by Nick Loper of sidehustlenation.com. We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search. Match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites. One of the things I love about Indeed is that it makes hiring all in one place so easy because Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences. So the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/startup. Just go to Indeed.com/startup right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/startup. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. You might say all kinds of stuff when things go wrong, but these are the words you really need to remember. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. They've got options to fit your unique insurance needs, meaning you can talk to your agent to choose the coverage you need, have coverage options to protect the things you value most, file a claim right on the State Farm mobile app, and even reach a real person when you need to talk to someone. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And a big thank you to Nick. He used to work full-time for a giant corporation, but he built his business during nights and weekends. He's also a host of the podcast The Side Hustle Show, which is for part-time entrepreneurs looking for actionable tips to start or improve their businesses. It's a great podcast and usually in the top charts of business in Apple Podcasts. It is one that is definitely worth checking out. And the blog is great too, of course. You can come by sidehustlenation.com for a lot more. Again, that's sidehustlenation.com. But that's going to do it for today. I thank you so much for being here and for listening all the way through. And I'll be back with you tomorrow for the Tuesday show, where your optimal life awaits.